Hi!
Hello everyone! Thank you for tuning in to our developer Q&A live stream. I'm Octarina, the community manager.
And I'm Juancho, and I'm part of the game design team in Kingdom Rush Battles.
Yeah, and we're so happy to see everyone in the chat. You're already shooting questions, which is fabulous. We are going to start answering the questions we had in the previous post. It was a few weeks ago and we had a lot of them. We compiled them, but at the end of the stream, we're going to get to the questions in the chat. So if you have a question, save it for when we get to the chat questions, you can shoot it. Okay?
All right.
So hi everyone that's saying hi in the chat.
Hey!
Great seeing you here. So I say let's just get to it, right?
Yep.
We have so many questions to get to and we're thrilled to answer. So just a sec. We want to put all your questions on the screen. So the first one, this is by Kin. How much is Kingdom Rush Battles going to cost?
And we can say it's going to be free. It's a free game.
Yes, exactly. And I think the next question it's related. So why did we do this free launch in specific countries instead of just going global at first?
Well, as much as we'd like to, go all in and release it globally at once, as we said in the release video, it's a massive project for us as a company. It's a first experience in these kinds of games, so we are taking this very slow, trying to test the game, how it performs, how much engagement it has, and once we are absolutely certain that the game is working as intended, we plan to move forward. But yeah, it's a slow process, and the idea is to take it step by step.
Yeah, we need to make sure like everything working properly before just everyone hops in to play. We want it to be like the best possible experience, so that can only be done with lots of testing. So I think that covers it, right? Now,
I think so.
This one is by Plague Knight. They had a lot of questions, so thanks, Plague Knight. I don't know if you're here in the chat, but likely you'll see it later. So his question is, how does the team plan to handle monetization in Kingdom Rush Battles? Will it be free to play? Will free-to-play players still have a fair and enjoyable experience without paying a single dollar?
Well, that's kind of the big question, right? Basically, what we're trying to do from the design side is to try and try to minimize the unfair advantage paying players have, so that we can offer a good experience for free players. Of course, paid players will probably progress faster than free players, but our idea is to also have other game modes which are not as dependent on card levels and things that you can grind and pay for, so that everyone gets a chance to enjoy the game and all it has to offer. So yeah, we understand the concern. Of course, it's the first thing that comes up when you announce these kinds of game, but I hope you'll find that it doesn't become a grindy or unpleasant experience if you don't pay.
Yeah, exactly. And this is also part of why we are doing a soft launch. We are getting lots of feedback already, like from the people that are playing. They're having, I don't know how many rebalances so far, but yes, it's a work in progress, and this is something that the team really cares about. So rest assured. So I think that about covers it. Let's see the next one. This one by Becerra. Will it be able to interfere directly on what's happening in the enemy battlefield?
Well, currently in what would be the core gameplay mode of Kingdom Rush Battles, and as you probably can see in the gameplay we have to the right, you can interfere with your opponent, but sort of indirectly. Between each wave you get to choose what we call a booster, which might be something to attack your opponent or something to improve your defenses. But basically, you can choose creeps to send to the opponent and try to make their waves harder. So that is the primary way you have in the game to interact while you are defending, trying to also attack your opponent. You also have tower skills. You can buy special skills for your towers in level 3, which some of them are defensive and some of them also send creeps to your opponent. Some of them stuns their towers and similar effects, so that you have many options in game to try to make their defenses weaker than yours and beat the game faster.
Yeah, you can see it right now on the gameplay. You see pickup booster.
Right.
I love sending the dragon.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah, and like the tower there, we have the necromancer. It sends like a lot of creeps. There's lots of ways to swarm your opponent. If like, you can sort of build an offensive deck if that's what you're going for.
It allows for many different strategies and games, ways to play the game.
Yeah. So, next one. Marvin asks, as a user, I should be able to have an icon or stickers to send as a chat to my opponent. A friendly chat battle makes it more fun. Yeah, we agree.
Yeah, we agree, and we actually already have that in the game. We have emotes. I don't know if this gameplay will show any, but basically now you have 4 emotes you can send plus some quick chat options.
Yeah.
But the idea is to expand that and eventually have much more ways to taunt your opponent, be a good sport or taunt them a little and make fun of them if they are losing, if that's your thing.
I'm really looking forward to that. I love spamming emojis.
Yeah. It's already been a cause of discussions among team members.
Really?
There are some emotes that are particularly infuriating to some people. So.
Yeah, when you kill your wave first and you start getting gold, I start spamming gold.
Yeah, we'll know that one.
Bragging.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fun. So yeah, this is part of it. You'll have more. Next one by Austin. Will the game be bringing back old towers from the other Kingdom Rush games, or will the game have completely original towers? The answer to this is yes.
Yes. And if any of you have already played the game, you will notice that we have a lot of fan favorites from past games, but we also have some brand new towers and heroes that do not exist in past games. So yeah, the idea is to keep a balance between those things. Of course, we have a lot of content from old games to add to the game. So they will, at least at first, they will probably be prioritized. But we will try to sneak in some new content, brand new content, when we can.
Oh yeah, we're seeing one in the gameplay, right? We have one of the new heroes.
Yeah, that's Aegon. He's pretty good, I think. Not because I balance it myself, but I think he's pretty good.
He's your child.
Yeah, all of them are.
So this one is sort of related question by Milito3Art, and they ask, I would love to know if the new towers and concepts we see here in Kingdom Rush Battles will appear in other installments like Alliance.
We would love to. We would love to have an impact on the lore of the other games. Might be early to tell, but because we are a separate team from Alliance, so they make the final call. But I think there are good chances that at least some of them end up being featured in other games.
Oh, I love that. I really want to see him with Torres like this.
The brothers. They must
they
have
will
brothers.
get along.
Yeah, I wonder why.
Great. So, next one. Will all Kingdom Rush characters be in one game? That's a tall order. There are a lot of Kingdom Rush characters.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of early to tell, but I think it's the dream we have, to have a full roster of all the characters that have ever been featured in Kingdom Rush. But that will probably take a while. So if it ends up happening, it will probably take a while. Yeah.
Well, let's hope the game has like a very long and happy life, and all the heroes can get to it eventually. Like that
We
would
hope.
be the best case scenario.
Yeah, the best problem to have is that we run out of heroes because we've been working so long.
This one is another one by Plague Knight. And he asks, has the team ever considered implementing fan-made content such as heroes or towers? Could it be like community events or contests? What do you think?
Personally, I think it would be awesome. I think, making the community have an impact in the actual game is amazing, but it's not up to me. It would be cool, but we'll see, I guess. That's all I can say.
Who knows? It's a possibility for the bright future of Kingdom Rush Battle. Oh, this is related to new content that could be coming up. Will towers and enemies from Vengeance, like from the Dark Army, appear in Kingdom Rush battles?
Yes. Let's say probably.
Yeah.
That's all I'm willing to spoil right now.
There were so many people asking this one. It seems like lots of fans
There are already
looking forward to it.
clues around, so
Yeah.
if you look closely, you might find some.
Yeah. So, by Igor, how often will Towers and Heroes be released?
Well, that's also really hard to say right now. Of course, this type of game lives on its continuous updates and releasing content often. So of course our plan is to, as much as the capacity of the team allow us, we want to include new content as often as possible. But it will depend on a lot of factors, so we can't give a concrete period of time for releases.
Yeah. But basically, like you could expect regular updates. So I've seen this one asked around a bit. It's by I Love Silvara. Will there be chests that give you 100% guarantee of a legendary card?
Well, there are already some premium chests in the shop that do have guaranteed legendaries. Aside from that, it's also too early to tell if the regular chests from the chest cycle from the basic gameplay will ever have guaranteed legendaries. We don't know yet. It depends on how the game scales and how many cards we have and so on. But I can say that we will be adding relatively soon another way to obtain legendary cards, such that free players can also ensure, or at least get close to ensuring that you will be able to get legendaries.
Oh, that's great. Like I've seen like some questions about this, and it's wonderful to hear that there are going to be lots of opportunities, even for the players that don't want to spend money on the game, to get the legendary cards. That's cool. Let's see. By Crimson Bandit. Will there be more arenas? If so, will they be unique, or will they also contain returning enemies from past arenas?
Well, the quick answer is yes, absolutely. There will be more arenas. Actually, I might be able to spoil that we are already working on the next arena, which might not be ready for global release, but it will be soon after that. So yeah, and of course we are excited as everyone to keep expanding the content. And regarding what they will contain, well, of course, all arenas in their flavor, they have some relation to previous games and their places that have been visited in the games. And the enemies, we usually do a mix of enemies that already appeared in those arenas in the games and new enemies, because there's usually not enough enemies in the older games to cover the entire array of creeps we need for each arena. So we have to make some up, which of course have to be related to the others, and also we have to create boosters for each arena, which also have to make sense where you're placed. So yeah, it's going to be a bit of a mix.
Nice. lots of exciting stuff, and you already got a hint of what's coming after the release.
Yeah.
So that's wonderful. Let's see. By Lil Cool, would we eventually see a feature that allows players to create or share their custom levels, maps, or challenges in the game?
Well, first of all, let me say that sounds really cool. Personally, as a designer, I'm a big fan of anything that involves players, taking ownership of games and creating their own content and really nurturing the game and helping it grow. So personally, I would love it. It's a bit hard for these types of game. I'm trying to think of examples where games that implement something like that.
I think Bloons has it.
Yeah, I think so.
The editor.
It would be awesome. Hard to tell right now, and if it happens, it probably won't be soon. But at least me personally, I'd be vouching for it. Yeah.
So, who knows? By Igor, PvP in the game is the main essence, but will there be other modes or challenges?
Yes. That one I'm going to go all in with the spoilers and say yes, there will be other game modes. Probably sooner than you think. And it is one of the key things we want to add because we know that the game has to be kept fresh and engaging, and you need different ways to play to have variety and not always all the time play through the trophy road. You might want to lay back a little, play a game mode that's a little bit more relaxed or a little bit there are a little bit less stakes in it. So yeah, there will be more game modes, and you will probably hear about them relatively soon. Yeah.
Oh, that's exciting. You're spilling the tea.
Yeah.
Let's see what else we have. By Norwa, would there be clans or some types of alliances?
Can I spoil this one too? Or should I keep it? No, but seriously, probably yes. To us, everything relating to social features is pretty much a must for this kinds of game. The competitive aspect and playing with other real people is enhanced by having all of these features that allow it to share the experience. It will probably be implemented progressively, little by little. Maybe first some more basic social features. And then eventually, we plan to have some form of clans or alliances available.
I love that. And I love the little wing too.
It's a good name, actually. We will be considering it.
By Eric. And this is related, sort of. It's more social features. Can you add friends and fight them? And like private lobbies. Love your games, by the way. Been waiting for a PvP from you.
Pretty much the same answer as before. There will be probably eventually, and perhaps soon, a way to create private matches and play with the people you want to play. Private lobbies or friendly matches. But I cannot give a date for that. But of course, this is something we really want. And that players, all the players that have given us feedback have mentioned it in some way or another. So it's going to be in sooner or later.
Nice. Yes, I want to fight all my friends.
Yeah, and beat them.
Another one by Igor. Will there be skins for heroes or towers?
Yeah, this is also kind of a big one because we have discussed this internally. The thing with our game in particular, and 2D games in general, is that making skins is not as easy as in 3D games with 3D models where you can just change textures. In this game, you pretty much have to redraw entire characters or towers to make a skin. And in that case, we lean more in the direction of using all that effort to make new cards.
Yeah, new heroes.
Which gives us more variety to the game. That said, we do have other ideas for cosmetics that are easier to implement, that allow you to express your personality and your likes, and are not as hard to produce as tower or hero skins.
Huh?
So
I'm intrigued. What's
yeah,
that?
it's still on the drawing board, but we have several ideas in that regard.
Okay, that's interesting. Let's see. Okay, I've seen this one asked everywhere. This one is by Toby, but lots of people asked it. Will there be a feature or separate mode where you can spend gold to send enemies at your opponent?
Maybe soon. I'll leave it at that.
Okay, everyone get excited. I think it's interesting.
Yeah, we do too.
Okay, let's go to the next one before we start spilling spoilers.
Yeah.
Kev, in the future, will there be a game mode where the game chooses the hero, towers, and spells for you? So I'm guessing like random deck feature.
Well, regarding this and probably the other questions regarding game modes, all the ideas that have been floating around from the fans about game modes, we have probably, at least in some form, thought about them all. This one in particular, we have discussed it either as a standalone event or part of a bigger event where there's a special gameplay and a set deck. I think with time we will start exploring all these game modes, but it's hard to say now which ones specifically we'll have. We have some in the works already, from what I've sort of revealed already, and some in the backlog. But yeah, this one is definitely one of the features we want to have in some capacity.
Yes. Okay, next one by Duolingo account. Are you thinking of adding an endless battle mode where enemies get progressively harder and the first one to leak alive loses?
Well, pretty much same answer as before. Yeah, we have of course thought about endless mode and how it would work here and how to make it make sense in our game. So yes, same answer. It's probably a matter of time before we have at least some form of it.
Yeah, I mean, the game is in the early stages, it's still in development, so all the ideas are being thrown around, you're considering everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's all a possibility.
Yeah.
By Stancia, will there be co-op mode for Kingdom Rush battles?
Same. Yeah, this one is particularly one that we would like to have maybe more than the others, because we think it's a nice change of pace, from confronting an opponent, actually getting to play with another player and try to fight the same waves together. But we have not yet decided how, when, and what it will be. But yeah, we would absolutely love to have a co-op mode.
Nice. Yeah, this one was really another question that everyone was asking. Looks like everyone wants to play with their friends. There's a new mod where people can play Kingdom Rush in co-op. Like, it's super fun.
Yeah.
You should check it out. Okay, 2v2. Will there ever be a 2v2 mode?
Same answer as before.
Before.
Same answer, yeah.
Yeah, everything is a possibility at this point. We're thinking.
Keep in mind that all of the other games, in that are sort of similar to us, have had years to add a lot of game modes. And of course, when you see one of those games now, they have a bunch of game modes that they took years to build on, iterate, and implement. So if we do well, we want to have all of them. So let's hope we do.
Fingers crossed. Next one by Phil. Will we get a consumable item shop like the one in the other Kingdom Rush games?
Well, probably not in the core game, as in the form that is used in other games. You know, adding another UI element to throw inside matches. That's probably we already have probably a little bit too much for the game inside the screen. So adding more elements to the screen probably is not going to happen. At least not like that. We have floated the idea of items that can be equipped in some form to give you bonuses or something inside games, but that is also very early to tell if we'd build part of the core game, part of game mode, or how would that work. So yeah, not sure yet.
Nice. Okay, this one is by Max. Have you ever tried collaborating with another game developer?
It's not up for me to say if we will ever do it. Of course, many people here would love that, and it would be pretty cool. I'm relatively new at the company. I've been here less than 2 years, I think. So I cannot speak for the entire history of Ironhide and if it has ever happened or not. So yeah, that's all I can say about that.
Yeah, I mean that would be nice. Like,
Yeah.
let them know.
If you know any big developers, let them know.
Let them know to check out this cool new game.
Yeah.
Maybe, who knows? By Selagnor. Why did you guys go for such a minimalist design for all the towers as opposed to the other Kingdom Rush games? I've seen this question asked around a lot. Lots of fans were like a bit confused of why the art style changed, why does the game look so different?
Yeah, it's been asked around a lot, and I think it's a valid question because you know Ironhide has a very distinctive and defined visual identity. I think it's pretty obvious why we had to compromise a bit on detail on this game. It's a combination of having to split the screen in two. There's a lot going on in much less space, and also having the game in portrait mode instead of landscape. That also changes the equation. So there were many iterations on how that translates, or a mix of the Kingdom Rush identity and the game of these characteristics. We had a joke that we had a Chivinator, which was the device we used to put our characters in and get them ready for Kingdom Rush battles. But basically it's a matter of screen real estate. We simply do not have the space to add that much detail. In fact, if you look really closely at the sprites that we have currently in the game, they have a lot of detail that you cannot perceive during a normal game. It's already detail that you can perceive in real time.
No, so it's already has more details that you can see.
Yeah, there's already a lot of effort from the art department, which we do have very talented artists, so kudos to them. That you just miss out on if you're playing, in the frenzy of a match. That if you stop to appreciate, they are really amazing. Yeah.
Yeah, that's interesting. I also really like that you're able to tell apart the games like at a glance. Like you can know this is Kingdom Rush Battles and the other are the single player games. So visually, I think it makes sense that it's its own game and it can have its own identity. Yeah. And I know that for some fans like really love the classic look, it's a bit hard to get used to. But for what I heard, like sometimes people start playing, they're like, this art style is different, but then they grow into it.
Yeah. It can grow into you.
Yeah, I think it's really cute. Okay, next one by Heko. Can you draw what happens when both players kill the boss at the same time? Is it even possible?
It is possible. It is very rare. Actually, testing internally, I don't think it happened once in all the time we've been testing the game. looking at the statistics, there are cases when people draw. It can either happen, as you said, when two people kill the boss at the same time, or for example, two players have one life left and a creep crosses each side exactly at the same moment. There is a draw screen. Instead of victory or defeat, it says draw. And yeah, it ends in a draw. I think no one loses or wins trophies. And you get the stars according to the achievements you did get, like, surviving up to a certain wave or such. But yeah.
Now I want to see that screen.
Yeah, if we ever had achievements, I think getting a draw in a match would be one of them, because it's really, really, really hard, but it can happen.
Wow. Okay, so now you have a fun fact. By Flame Char, what is your approach to deciding what is and what isn't a legendary card?
Well, for starters, we had a period when we created sort of an internal tier list of all the content from previous games, basically deciding if we had to add this card, what rarity would be, this one and this one, and that's for heroes and towers, validated by the Kingdom Rush creators themselves. So everyone.
And what did you go for the tier list? Like, was it vibes or?
It's a bit of vibes, I guess. It really changes from person to person. You may ask one person what this card would be, and another person will tell you something different. I think we ended up in a criteria that I feel represents the mechanical complexity of each card, but also some lore considerations, and yeah, there's also the unspoken rule, which basically says that dragons must be legendary. I'm not sure if we'll ever break that, but you can safely assume that any dragon that gets added will be legendary, save maybe one or two exceptions. But yeah, it's a mix of many things and many different opinions inside the studio.
Okay, interesting process. So, from 1 to 10, how involved is the game with the Kingdom Rush story as a whole?
Involved as in having impact in the overall story, I would say probably 0.
Yeah.
It's not in universe in the way that things are happening really. I think everyone here has sort of a headcanon of what they imagine the game to be. Some say it's some sort of tournament between generals from the Dark Army and the Lenirian Army, or that it's something like that, or about a multiverse reality. But officially, no, it's not a part of the lore in pretty much any way.
Yeah, that makes sense. I think we had answered that in the Reddit Q&A, like people were asking, like, is the game going to have a story, a lore? Like, for the time being, not. It's like a separate experience, separate like universe, let's say.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So now Brawler wants to know more about the team. Like, how many of you are working on the game, and since when? When did you start developing?
So, we are, I think, 14 people in the regular team. We do have some collaborators from other teams that come and go depending on the demands of the project, plus other other people adjacent to the project that also give their feedback and their input. But the core group, the people that sit in that office every day grinding away to get Kingdom Rush battles in its best shape, it's 14 people. Yeah.
Oh, and when did you start?
Oh.
That's the other part of the question.
Oh yeah, sorry. I think it's been a little over 2 years. Yeah, I joined. There was a prototyping phase for the first year-ish. I joined after the prototype phase was over. But yeah, it's been over 2 years.
Nice. Quite fast, considering like how big of a project it is.
Yeah, and how little people we are compared to other studios making similar games.
Yeah, amazing.
Yeah.
Now, more about the development. This one is by Huao Huao. What methodology of the development do you guys follow? And do you work from home or on the office?
The working methodology, it's a bit of a mix. There are some elements of Scrum and Agile methodologies, not super, super strict, but we do try to, keep our scope and our sprints and such similar to what an Agile development would take, but it's a bit of a mix, and we take it pretty light. And regarding work from home, we do a hybrid approach. We have approximately 2 days at home and 3 days in the office, because in the end we feel that collaboration, person-to-person collaboration is important, especially when you are researching and developing new products such as this. So yeah, we do a mix basically.
Yeah, today we're in the office, clearly. So let's see what else they ask. By Mysterious Drake. What's your favorite game mechanic?
The politically correct answer would be, since we designed them, I love them all equally. But no, every parent has favorites. I think that's the unspoken secret. My favorite features, which might be kind of small, but to me those are quality of life features that really make the game more enjoyable to play, are little things like, when you get enough gold to buy a tower and the holder glows,
Yeah.
or the tower that has an upgrade available glows. That to me is key to never get your eyes off the battle and exactly know when you have money to spend. That's a big one for me. And the other one is being able to set where the hero will respawn instead of it respawning exactly where it died. You can preset where it's going to appear.
Oh, nice.
That to me is a very clutch ability, to get the hero in the last second in the line to hold and not lose. And I want to say one fun fact: since Alliance also has the glowing holders, we invented it first. Yeah, but we weren't out yet, so they took all the credit. But that was our invention.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Okay,
you know.
that's interesting. Now you know who to thank for that feature. And this one is also related to the development. What was the hardest part in making the game?
Well, I can safely say that everything about this game has been a challenge, given how different it is from everything we're used to do in the company and all the games we've developed so far. So it's been a ride from start to now and from now onwards. If I had to give a personal opinion, and speaking as a designer, I think the hardest challenge is probably trying to balance that necessity to keep a game casual and fast and addictive, like this type of game requires, while also not losing the Kingdom Rush DNA. That's a balance that is hard to strike. There were many prototypes trying to strike the balance, which went either too far one way or too far the other. So yeah, that point where you say this is a casual game, this is a mobile game for quick matches, but it is also still Kingdom Rush, was really hard to achieve. So yeah, I would say that.
So balance.
Yes, balance.
Okay, let's get going. This one, another one by Lil Cool. How does Ironhide determine which heroes and towers are prioritized for release? Do you base it on fan feedback, internal planning, lore connections, or a mix of all this?
Well, it's a bit of a mix of all three. Actually, the process is a bit the other way around. We first decide the order in which the arenas, the different terrains, will appear in the game. And after that, we choose content, either existing or new, that we have to make that makes sense to be unlocked in that arena. So, for example, in the mountain, it made sense to unlock, Elora and A-Skulls and ice-related content. So the process goes pretty much that way. Of course, we do have to wait, fan favorites and content that we know players will want to see as soon as possible in the game. That's why we currently have the Necromancer in the game, even though the arena it belongs to is not yet here. But we did want to include it in some form until then. So that's pretty much how it goes.
Nice. Yeah. There was also a poll that we made recently on Discord where people could vote which tower they were more interested in seeing. So if you join the Discord, subscribe to the newsletter, and generally stay in touch with what's going on, you may be able to share your feedback and influence what happens.
And believe me, we keep up to date with what people are saying in Discord and not only bug reports and all of that, but also balancing opinions and all of that. It's really valuable to us.
Yeah, that's the entire reason for doing this soft launch beta thing we're doing. So that's it. This one is by Bazooka Penguin.
Nice name.
Does this mark the end of new content for Kingdom Rush Alliance?
No, that's a big no. The explanation is pretty much we are different teams. We are a team entirely dedicated to this game, and there's a team entirely dedicated to Alliance. So no, there should be absolutely no impact between us.
So worry not. You'll hear about the upcoming DLC soon. So stay tuned. They're still cooking, but you'll hear from it soon. Next questions. Any plans on spreading the countries for the beta?
I think not, but I think first you can apply. I think there's a way to apply to test the game right now, such that you can get it early. But since the global launch shouldn't be that far off, and we want to keep things controlled and easy to evaluate, in this stage we will probably not be adding new countries. The wait shouldn't be that long that you will need it.
That's the good news.
Yeah.
And this other question is sort of related to that one. Is there any way to participate in the beta test even if you're not in one of the countries? And I will take this one.
Yes.
Because I announced it on Discord. Every week we are Thursday. Yeah, every Thursday we are adding, I think it's 10 new players at random of any country, and it's only on Android for now. But if you join the Discord server and you give any reaction to that announcement, you will be on the poll, and there's a possibility that you can play and give us your feedback.
Yeah.
So that's one way to join the beta. Okay. By Ivcho, do you plan on launching it this year or at least before GTA 6?
I think of all the things I can confidently say, I think we're going to beat GTA 6.
Oh, nice!
I think so, but who knows?
Yeah. By Chris. First of all, I want to say that I have a lot of fun playing this game. Could you describe how the game will look like when it goes global? And what are your ambitions for the game long term?
Well, the game from now to the global release will not change that much. Mm-hmm. The main, the core of the game is going to be the same. We are working on a couple of new features that should be available on release that will give the game a little bit more in terms of how to play it and how to engage with it. There will be not that many big differences. There will be no big swings and changes in how it's played, but rather additional ways to play it properly. Yeah.
Interesting. So, and yeah, also like we mentioned in the another question early, like shortly after global release, you're planning on adding more arenas, more content. So
Yes.
there's a lot coming.
Yeah.
Now, the question everyone is asking for, when will global release happen?
Can I say before GTA 6? That's our official
That's the
statement.
deadline.
Yeah. We actually asked Rockstar to push the release of GTA 6, so that they don't overshadow us.
So yeah, we don't have a date yet. Stay tuned, subscribe, all the fun stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, like you heard, like it's not so far away as you may think, right?
Yeah.
That's the bright side. Another question by Sheiko. How often do you plan to update the game with new content? I'm guessing it's like after the global release.
Yes, of
Yeah.
course. But I think we sort of covered this
Yeah.
in an earlier question. It's hard to say because updates in this game may also be very different among each other. There might be a content update, a feature update, an event update. So it's hard to say how often, for example, a new tower will be released or a new hero. We are, of course, very aware of the fact that this game will thrive on having constant updates and new content and new ways to play it. So we strive for the highest velocity to update, but it's really hard to say a specific time frame for updates.
Yeah, so we can't share any, but just know that we plan to update frequently. So that's the entire
That's the takeaway.
idea. And sort of related, this one is by Urosake. Are you planning on making the game competitive and hosting regular tournaments?
Like with the game modes, yes, we would love it. We of course have talked about it and have tried to imagine how it would work. So I'll go with eventually. My answer for this one.
This would be so much fun.
Yeah.
I'm excited. And this one is one I've seen a lot in the chat, and everyone is like wondering, like, will all progress we be lost or reset after the beta, or will it be saved?
The idea right now is to pretty much keep the accounts that are currently in the game exactly as they are under global release. So what I can say for sure is that there will not be a wipe of all accounts. So you should expect to have pretty much the same progress you have during the beta in the global release.
Okay, I'm sure everyone hearing this is so happy, the ones that are able to play. Just know that there's not going to be a wipe, so rest assured, like all your progress, it's going to be there. Okay. Oh, this one is another big one. Will this game be available on Steam?
Short answer is we don't know yet. Of course, we would like to get the game in as many platforms as possible and get it in the hands of as many players as possible. But it's also too early to tell. We would love it, but we don't know. That's pretty much it for now.
Yeah, that's basically it. Languages. Right now the game is only in English, but it's only because it's an early beta, right?
Yeah.
What languages can we expect?
Well, we are one of the preparation for global release, and that we are doing right now. This moment is localizations, translating the game. I think the plan is to have 13 languages at release. I don't have the exact number right now, but we will probably eventually disclose the full list of languages it will be available on. But yeah, the plan for global is to, actually be global, and that includes the language the game is in.
Okay, wonderful. I think that pretty much covers the most common questions that we had on the posts. Maybe what we can do now, like to wrap up the stream is get to some of the questions in the chat. I've seen many thrown around already, so maybe we can see and pick some of the questions in the chat. So let's say, I think I saw some questions by Alex. If there are going to be more card levels or other card mode or other playing modes.
I think we sort of covered that.
Yeah. But for those joining,
yeah,
right now,
for those who joining in late, there will be more game modes, and there will probably be game modes in which card level isn't as impactful or straight up doesn't matter as in the main progression, such that just having the cards allows you to be competitive in that mode. That's in the plans.
Nice. Oh, another by Plague Knight. Hi, Plague Knight.
Hey.
Question: will the game have a combo mechanic? Like if the player has certain towers or heroes in their deck, they trigger special effects depending on the combination they picked.
That's another mechanic we have discussed before. Having thematic or if you have a certain amount of cards from the Linear army or the Dark army, you get a bonus. And not sure if we'll ever do that. It's a cool concept, and maybe it could be a part of an event, perhaps Dark Army versus Linearian, and you choose a side and cards synergize between them. But it's probably not going to be part of the core gameplay, at least for now.
Okay. Imperium asked if they should expect content related, like the new heroes and towers from Kingdom Rush battles in Kingdom Rush Vengeance or Alliance or in other Kingdom Rush games.
So basically, if new content from our games will appear in other games?
Yeah, like from the new characters from the Kingdom Rush battles, would they be featured in the regular single-player games?
I mean, us in the design team would love that. I don't want to spoil. I'll skip this one.
Yeah, I think we sort of hinted it earlier. So if anyone should watch the live stream, maybe you can get like more hints on that. Oh, Prahant asked, what is your favorite hero and tower? I'm guessing of Kingdom Rush battles, of course.
Yes, Hyperhand. Well, I think my favorite hero. I have one favorite hero that is not yet in the game. But from the ones available right now, I think I enjoy playing as Elora the most.
Oh, she's fun.
Yeah. I get anxious, so I like to do a lot of micro. Mm-hmm. So I move her. I love making her surf around and move around. I don't like heroes that you have to, park in a specific place and leave them there. I don't like them as much. I like them more interactive. And tower, it's tough, as I said before, we balance them all, we decide their skills, their everything, so it's hard to pick one.
Oh, I like the Necromancer.
Yeah, the Necromancer is pretty good. I think one of my favorites is probably the Glacial Druid. I think everyone in the Discord already figured out that it's a very offensive tower.
Truly so powerful.
Yeah,
they really time it to make it like your life miserable at the very worst moment.
We have to rebalance that one a bit because it was a bit spammy with the tower stun. But
yeah, there are other requests here in the chat for rebalances. Like Clarence here asks, like if you could weaken the priest and the battle mecha, they're a bit powerful and very strong. The game is still in development.
Yeah. We are constantly rebalancing and reevaluating everything in the game, basically, because if you think about it, we of course played the game a lot during development and during testing and during balancing, but it is not the same as when you give the game to players. They get to experiment around, find new synergy, abuse every mechanic, find everything that's broken in the balance. And we are constantly on the lookout to see how to make everything fair. The battle mecha, I think, it's one of the examples. because of its ability to spam the opponent with mines, which legendaries in general, we are still trying to tweak exactly how powerful they are and what their skills are. So yes, of course it's never off the table to rebalance anything, especially seeing how other people use them.
Yeah, so keep sharing your feedback. It's super helpful for us. A question by the story Dan. Are you planning to add some kind of battle pass?
Early to tell, but probably yes. I think most games like this really benefit from having seasonal goals and ways and things to look forward when you play other than the main progression. So we will probably see it in one form or another.
Nice. A question by Hot Not Games. Dear Hyde, in Kingdom Rush battles, how friendly will free-to-play be? I hope it will be for the good of all the audiences.
Yeah, I think that was one of the first questions we answered, but basically the idea is to keep a fair experience for everyone. Maybe, of course, paying player will progress faster. And also what I said before, there will be game modes where card level will not be as important as in the main games, such that just having a card, unlocking it and not necessarily grinding it will be enough to compete and have a fun experience. So we are constantly trying to keep that balance.
Oh, I'm looking forward to that because sometimes you just want to play casually and not be so locked in, just lay back and play and not worry about losing trophies or you. So that's nice. So maybe we can get to a few more questions. So if you have a question and you haven't asked it yet, now's the perfect time to throw it in the chat. And you can also subscribe, leave a like, and ring the bell so that you don't miss our future content about the game. Oh, we have a question by Polix. So Polix the Wise.
Hey, Polix.
He's showing Blade. And how long did you guys work on developing this? Yeah, we answered this one, but we'll answer it for you.
Yeah, pretty much a little bit over 2 years. Yeah. That's up until now, and let's hope it's 2 or more years to come, maybe even more.
2 intense years.
Yeah.
lots of things happened.
Yeah.
So, this one I think it's good to answer because I've seen it thrown around a bit. Mario asks that says that they have been playing for a while and they still haven't had any legendaries yet. Is that intended or just bad luck?
Well, it's pretty much bad luck. I mean, from a point onwards, from the trophy road, many of the chests have a chance to drop legendaries. I think the information is displayed inside the chest, which chests have which rarities they can drop. So yeah, we are also during this test we are balancing and rebalancing the probabilities and the chance to get each reward to make it feel fair but still competitive. So yeah, that's one of the things that is not finalized, and that's why that's another question we've had a lot on Discord mainly. If there's a probability table for the exact probabilities of each rarity and each chest, and we do have plans to have that public and full transparently on somewhere inside the game or in our website eventually, but we do not want to disclose that exactly just yet because since we are tweaking the values, there might be backlash if, for example, lower chances or hidden chances. But yes, rest assured that will be there eventually.
So once that defines that you're not changing it all the time, you will make it public. I think that's great. So yeah, to the people asking when global, we answered I think a few times already that we don't have a date yet. It may be sooner than you think. So subscribe to the newsletter, linked everywhere, to know exactly when. Yeah, and then we have lots of questions of people asking, will Eridan be added to the game? Will Tenchi be added to the game?
Yeah, we don't know. We hope we get the time to add every hero and every tower from every Kingdom Rush ever, and on top of that, new content. But you know, the order and the frequency time will tell.
Okay, let's wrap this up with a final question by our dear Prahant.
Okay.
So, question for the devs. Will we get to see inter-regional matchmaking in the future? As an example, a player can fight with a person from Asia while being from Europe, servers in normal matchmaking.
Well, that's really up to technical limitations. Right now, the matchmaking is limited, segregated per region, to avoid players playing with very high ping. I mean, this is not a game that has that much impact if you have a high latency, but it does have an impact. So if you're playing with someone from Asia, from South America, and we have tried it, there's some lag in everything you do, and we want to keep the experience as enjoyable as possible. Maybe we find a way to make matchmaking across very separate regions and high pings more enjoyable. For the time being, it's pretty much a measure to avoid having frustrating matches where you can't even move your hero without it taking 2 to 3 seconds to respawn. But would love if everyone worldwide could play with everyone.
That makes sense. So I think we got through a lot of questions.
Yeah.
I will be adding timestamps, so later you will be able to check all the questions that we answered and just click to find the answer to the question, because we may have answered it. We answered lots of questions today. So thank you everyone for being here on the stream, for asking all these questions, for playing the game early, those who can play. You have been super helpful.
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
And it's a pleasure having you as part of our community.
Yes.
We're so excited for this project. It's going to be amazing. And it's already been a great journey so far.
Yeah. I've been enjoying it thoroughly. Do we have to say the catchphrase every time?
I'm not sure.
I'm not sure. We'll skip it this time because we didn't rehearse it, but yeah.
So thank you so much, and it's been very fun talking with you. Maybe we could do another one of these soon. If you have more questions, maybe we answer them all. We've been thinking of doing other kinds of videos or streams, so stay tuned for that.
Yeah.
And thanks for tuning in.